I think yes, there's definitely a lot of cricket being played. There's no doubt about that, and that's when India is very fortunate to have so many players to choose from, and I think as team management, as selection committee members, you require to be very mindful of when to give a certain player break. Breaks are important for a player to not only physically get rejuvenated but also mentally. And India is lucky to have that kind of a bench, that kind of a pool of players from where you can choose. And I think going forward, I think that will be the case. And I think that especially white ball cricket, you require specialist players. And I think that going forward, T20 will see a lot more T20 specialists, but managing their workload and at the same time, choosing players from the pool we have. I think it's a blessing Indian cricket has.
VVS, a lot of talk about some of your regulars not being here. Tell us why this India team is still strong and very powerful.
Again, I think there are a lot of reasons. Yeah, one of the reasons is, especially in white ball cricket, IPL has played a major part. The domestic structure, which is not so much talked about. It's not only in white ball cricket. If you see, India has got enough backup players, enough bench even in red ball cricket. And I think because of the robust domestic structure we have, whether you call Ranji Trophy, in 50 over we have Vijay Hazare, we have Mushtaq Ali in T20 format, and then IPL is probably icing on the cake, where the youngsters get an opportunity to spend time with some of the best cricketers, not only from India but across the globe. And I think that will help them to fasten their growth as cricketers. And I think that's the reason why India has got so many talented cricketers. And I think that the structure and the process which BCCI has followed over the years, I think the robust structure is the reason why India has got a wonderful pool of talented players.
Hi, Arjun. What are your thoughts on Hardik Pandya as a captain? What are some of the characteristics that you see for him as a future probable long-term captain as well?
He's a fabulous leader. We've seen what he has done at Gujarat. In the IPL, someone taking on the leadership role and in the first year itself, winning the cup is not a mean achievement. But I've spent time with him from the Ireland series, and he's not only tactically good, he's very calm on the field, and that is something which is very important when you're playing at the highest level, because there will be situations where you will be under pressure, and that's when as a leader you're required to be calm, but also his presence in the dressing room. His work ethics is exemplary, and the way he leads the side both on and off the field is fabulous. And I think he's a player's captain. He's very approachable, and all the players go and confide with him. And I think that's something which I really like about Hardik as a captain, and he leads by example both on and off the field.
Just a quick one on Shubham Gill. What kind of role do you see for him in the team?
Again, I mean, it's very clear that he's one of the most talented players India has got, and in the opportunities he got so far at the highest level, he showed what a class player is, and slowly and gradually he's becoming a very consistent performer. He's a match winner, and he's got a great future ahead for him.
Last three.
One last follow-up on your coaching. When you take up short-term assignments, what kind of challenges do you face as against when you have future to plan for?
Well, I don't see any challenges as such, because even when I was a player, the more senior I became, the mindset was all about sharing my knowledge, sharing my experience, and making sure that I'm very honest, with whatever conversations I have with the players. And it's the same even in this role. Even though it's a short stint, I think it's a great opportunity for me to share my experiences with them, and also have those honest conversations, because ultimately whoever represents the country and whoever represents India, should take pride in playing for the country, and I think there's some things which are non-negotiable, your work ethics, your preparation, and the pride of playing for the country is a non-negotiable, and that's something which I emphasize to all the players, even though it's a short stint. Those are the messages and the conversations I have with the players.